And away from that, the latest signs of increasing economic troubles for Turkey, the annual inflation has increased to the highest level in 3 years. This even as prices of household goods continue to climb. Just last month, inflation accelerated to 21.31%. This is the sixth straight month of rising inflation. Food and eating out have become expensive, and transportation costs have also gone up. Turkey's currency lira is also on the downslide. It had hit a record low against the dollar recently. Lira has lost around 40% of its value since the start of the year, becoming one of the world's worst performing currencies. Turkish President Erdoğan is planning to demand that the central bank should reduce borrowing costs, which the government thinks will expand the economy and create a demand in jobs.
Şimdi Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımızın ve milletimizin yıllardır hayalini kurduğu ekonomik olarak tam bağımsız bir Türkiye vizyonu ile yeni bir yola girdik. Bu süreçte göreve gelirken bizlerin en önemli önceliği yüksek faiz olmayacak. Yatırım, üretim ve ihracat artışını tetiklemek ve bu sayede cari açık ve dış borç gibi kronik sorunları tamamen bertaraf etmek.
In the past, Erdoğan has cut interest rates multiple times. He has fired 3 central bank governors who resisted lowering rates and even appointed a new finance minister. But this has led to surge in consumer prices. The situation got so bad that Apple had to stop selling its iPhone and MacBooks online till the time lira stabilizes.
As the world turns its attention to global economic fluctuations, the distressing downfall of Turkey emerges as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences that unchecked hyperinflation and looming bankruptcy can inflict on a nation. What was once a beacon of prosperity and a bridge between Europe and Asia now finds itself entangled in a web of distress, its collapse far exceeding the dire predictions that initially surfaced. Let's take a step back and look at the big picture. The nation's hyperinflation has escalated to unimaginable levels, sending shockwaves through the economy and wreaking havoc on the lives of ordinary citizens. Prices skyrocket on a daily basis, rendering even the most basic necessities a luxury that eludes the grasp of the common man. The cost of living has become an unbearable burden, eroding the hopes and dreams of countless individuals who once envisioned a brighter future. The insidious grip of hyperinflation has not only shattered the dreams of individuals, but has also ravaged the foundations of Turkey's financial institutions. As businesses crumble and unemployment skyrockets, the banking sector teeters on the edge of collapse, threatening to exacerbate the crisis even further. With mounting debts and a crippled economy, Turkey faces the grim reality of bankruptcy, an ominous cloud that looms overhead, casting its shadow on the once vibrant nation. But how did Turkey's economy go so wrong? Turkey's bankruptcy and hyperinflation are the result of multiple factors, but the depreciation of the Turkish lira, which has lost half of its value against the US dollar since 2016, is a key factor. Political and economic uncertainties have contributed to this devaluation, making imports and foreign debt more expensive for Turkey, which heavily relies on external financing. The political turbulence and lack of confidence in the government's ability to navigate the economy have caused investors to withdraw capital, worsening the situation. Additionally, the heavy reliance on external financing has further strained the economy, as the cost of imports skyrocket and the burden of servicing foreign debt intensifies. Another factor contributing to Turkey's bankruptcy and hyperinflation is the surge in energy prices, which has significantly increased production and consumption costs for the country. As a net importer of oil and gas, Turkey finds itself grappling with the burden of escalating energy expenses. The price of Brent crude, an international oil price benchmark, surged by an outstanding 28% in 2022, further exacerbating the economic turmoil. Rising energy prices have far-reaching effects on various sectors in Turkey. Industries heavily reliant on energy-intensive processes face the daunting choice of absorbing higher costs or passing them on to consumers, leading to increased prices for goods and services and fueling inflation. The impact on the cost of living adds to the burdens faced by ordinary citizens, intensifying the economic strain. Geopolitical factors and supply disruptions on the global stage contribute to the volatility of energy prices, amplifying the challenges faced by countries like Turkey that heavily depend on energy imports. Sudden surges in oil prices can have profound consequences for the nation's economy, heightening the risk of financial collapse. The COVID-19 pandemic, a relentless force that has gripped the world, also left an indelible mark on Turkey's journey towards bankruptcy and hyperinflation. The Turkish economy has been hit by COVID-19's wrath with unmatched fierceness, unleashing a massive wave of destruction that extends far beyond simple figures and statistics. The tourism sector, which constitutes a significant portion of Turkey's GDP, has been hit hard by travel restrictions and disruptions, leading to job losses, business closures, and reduced revenues. The repercussions extend beyond tourism, as the pandemic worsens social and health conditions, deepening poverty and inequality among the Turkish population. Turkey is caught in a destructive cycle of currency depreciation, inflation, debt, and economic contraction, leading to bankruptcy and hyperinflation. This cycle creates shortages, bankruptcy, and societal unrest. Hyperinflation has also reduced incomes, eroded savings, discouraged investment, and undermined political stability, and one can only wish they find a way to get themselves out of this crisis, as all of these factors are a great deal of hurdles. Oh, and there's one more. In fact, it's the main reason for all this mess: the unorthodox monetary policy of President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan. Erdoğan's leadership style and strained relations with NATO and the EU have played a significant role in Turkey's current state of economic distress. His authoritarian approach has weakened democratic institutions and checks and balances, granting him excessive power over the economy and the central bank. Erdoğan's unorthodox monetary policy, coupled with the dismissal or replacement of dissenting officials, has fueled inflation and currency depreciation. The consequences extend beyond economic indicators, impacting individuals and communities. Erdoğan's confrontational attitude towards the West has strained Turkey's relationships with its traditional allies and partners. Criticisms of human rights violations, interventions in Syria and Libya, the purchase of Russian S-400 missiles, and disputes over energy resources in the eastern Mediterranean have fueled tensions. These actions have led to the erosion of trust, strained alliances, and hindered cooperation on global challenges. How about his isolation from the West? Erdoğan's isolation from the West has significantly reduced Turkey's access to foreign investment, trade, and aid, which are vital for its economic stability and growth. Turkey's EU accession process has stalled. Its relations with the US have deteriorated, and questions have arisen about its NATO membership. This isolation has hampered economic prospects, limited trade opportunities, and strained diplomatic ties. Also, Russia poses as a competitor and potential adversary for Turkey in the region, and Erdoğan's alignment with Russia has exposed Turkey to geopolitical risk and economic dependence. Turkey has become vulnerable to Russian pressure on issues like Ukraine and Syria, relying on Russian energy supplies and loans to navigate its economic crisis. How bad has it gotten? Turkey boasts an upper-middle-income, mixed-market emerging economy and holds a prominent position as a leading global producer in various sectors, from agricultural products to consumer electronics. The country's economic prowess shines through. However, recent trades indicate a shift in momentum. According to the IMF, Turkey's economy grew by 5.6% in 2022, a decline from the remarkable 11.4% the previous year. This slowdown can be attributed to facts such as a loss of momentum in exports, investments, and manufacturing activity. Evolving global trade dynamics, geopolitical uncertainties, and changing consumer preferences have presented both challenges and opportunities for Turkey's economic landscape. Turkey's consumer price inflation surged to 25% in September 2022, reaching its highest rate since November 2018, and in an attempt to combat this challenging situation, the Turkish central bank raised its main interest rate to 24%. However, these measures have not been sufficient to restore confidence in the currency and the overall economy. The challenge of combating inflation and rebuilding trust poses significant hurdles for Turkey's economic stability. The nation's journey towards regaining stability requires innovative strategies and decisive actions to instill confidence and navigate the complexities of this economic battle. And with the elections happening now, what does the future hold for Turkey? Turkey's future hangs in the balance as the nation eagerly awaits the outcome of the elections that were held on May 14, 2023. This pivotal moment holds profound implications for Turkey's economic, social, and political trajectory. The choices made in this election will shape the nation's reforms, global standing, and collective identity. The anticipation and excitement surrounding the elections reflect the high stakes and the transformative possibilities they bring. As citizens cast their votes, the destiny of Turkey takes center stage, with the hopes and dreams of millions intertwined with the weight of responsibility, uncertainties, and complexities add intrigue to the electoral landscape, pulse of democracy, promising a new chapter in the nation's history. The stage is set for fierce political battle in Turkey as President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan faces a tough challenge from his main rival, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu of the Republican People's Party, CHP. Recent polls suggest that neither candidate is expected to secure more than 50% of the vote in the first round, leading to a crucial runoff on May 28, 2023.
Erdoğan and his rival Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, neither candidate then obtained the 50% of votes needed to avoid a second round.
Adding to the intrigue, Sinan Oğan, a nationalist and former MP, holds the potential to play a decisive role by endorsing either Erdoğan or Kılıçdaroğlu in the second round. The nation awaits the outcome with bated breath, as this electoral showdown will shape the political landscape and the future direction of Turkey. What will happen if Erdoğan wins the election? According to some sources, if Erdoğan wins the election, the citizens of Turkey need to get ready for another 5 years of his authoritarian and populist rule, where democratic norms and human rights take a back seat. He'll also pursue an aggressive foreign policy in the Middle East and the Caucasus, maintaining his close ties with Russia and other powers that shake things up. But it's not all smooth sailing for Erdoğan. He'll face a growing economic crisis with high inflation, unemployment, debt, and a sinking currency. On top of that, he'll encounter opposition from various groups like secularists, Kurds, liberals, women, and the youth who are fed up with the status quo. How about if Kılıçdaroğlu wins the election? Well, a lot of people feel that if Kılıçdaroğlu wins, he'll strive to reverse Erdoğan's policies, restore democracy and the rule of law, and mend Turkey's relations with the West, particularly the EU and NATO. But it won't be a cakewalk. Kılıçdaroğlu will face challenges like a hostile parliament, a divided society, bureaucratic resistance, media hurdles, and a potential backlash from Erdoğan supporters. So a hopeful shift awaits, but it'll be an uphill battle to bring about the desired changes. Will Turkey's destiny take an unexpected turn, or will it remain trapped in this intriguing cycle? Well, only time will reveal the answer. But as much as we are leaving it to time and chance, we would like to know your thoughts on the current crisis in Turkey. So don't hesitate to share in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date on the latest news about what's happening in the world today. Thanks for watching.